So the most important part of it is that your coffee pot is taken care of in a certain way to guarantee you that your espresso is delicious. Actually, one of the most important part is to make the espresso every day. When the pot is used, it gives its own beautiful flavor. Okay, when you take the espresso pot apart, okay, do not wash it with soap. It doesn't need to go. Do not put it in a sink and put your dirty dishes on top. What you want to do is take it apart, shake the coffee out of it, the used coffee. Actually, you could use that coffee in your plants. It's a really good for your soil. Okay, so then what I do is I just rinse it, maybe run your finger through the seal right here to get all the coffee grinds off. Just even with your hand or just a sponge with no soap on it, give it a good rinse. Okay, now what it wants to do too, it needs to air dry, because you see it's wet and you close it up and you seal it up and you put it away, and next week you go use it, you're gonna have mold all over it. It's gonna smell. The coffee's gonna be lousy. So what I do, I leave it open like this. I usually put it away just like this and let it dry. Sometimes I tilt it over so, you know, if the wetness here is there, it doesn't close. It doesn't create a seal and create mold. Now, another thing, if you are going to put it away and you do dry it, what you want to do is take a paper towel and just stick it in there and then close it up. What the paper towel does, it is absorbs humidity and your pot will not mold. Okay, enough said. Hello everybody, this is Alessandra. Welcome to my home, welcome to my kitchen. Before we get started today to make a delicious espresso, please remember to subscribe, like the videos, leave a comment, and now let's get started. It's in the middle of the afternoon and we need espresso. Nothing more important than having a little cup of espresso in the afternoon. Absolutely. The house smells fabulous, you feel better, it's something you do with friends and family, so it's a very special tradition that we do. Okay, let's get started. It's very simple, but it's good to be reminded exactly how to do it. This is my way. Okay, so I have a little mocha. Bialetti is a great brand, love it. And so I took it apart. Here are the three pieces, okay? So the bottom piece gets water. I have some just regular tap or spring water. I'm using tap, is fine. Our water here is very good. So I'm gonna fill it up to, you see the little knob right there? That's where the steam gets released. That's where you want to fill it up until, okay? Yep, you got it covered, and that's good. It's this little thing right here, just that you could see. I'm sorry, I'm probably going up and down with the item. I'm gonna put it back down and put the colander in where the coffee goes. I like a Kimbo espresso, macchinetta napoletana, there's a Lavazza, their Illy Cafe is also very good. But I like a Kimbo, and also it's what I bring back from Italy all the time. Now, let me get started and fill up the coffee right into the strainer. Now, what you're going to do is do not press your coffee down. There's really no need. And also by pressing your coffee down, when the water starts coming up and there's really no space, it becomes too heavy and too bitter. It needs space to flow to the top and go and drip into the coffee pot. Okay, so, and my grandmother would always do this, and I still do it to this day. When you're putting your last spoon of the espresso in, just use your finger like this around the coffee pot, and what that does, it protects it from falling over, and it also protects it from getting around the rim where you're gonna screw the top part of the macchinetta. Okay, so now I'm going to give it a twist, pick it up, and give it a good final squeeze. Now, something else I do, if you drink your coffee with no sugar, just from the macchinetta, pour in your cup. We like a little sugar, so this is something that I do and I'm comfortable with. Maybe it could be a good idea for you. This is a little briquetto. What I do is I put water in it, and I'm gonna put them both on the stove, and you'll see why. Meet me by the stove and we'll get the coffee on. The flame is on high. What you want to do, you don't want to put the coffee pot in the middle because then the handle will burn. I also have a large burner. If you have a smaller burner, it's not going to be the case. But otherwise, just move it slightly over to the outside so like that it doesn't burn. Now what I'm going to do is also put my briquetto with the water on. If you have a small burner, use another burner to put it on. And the reason why I do that is that once the coffee comes up, I drain my water out of the little pot. I put my sugar and stir it just to keep everything extremely hot, because there's nothing worse than being served room temperature coffee, because by the time they take it off, they put it in one, then they put it in a cup, then you put the sugar in, the coffee is cold. E a Napoli si dice il caffè si prende cazzo come kosher. Please do not Google translate that. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Okay, couple minutes and let's wait for the coffee to come up. You hear it? Listen to the sound. And I wish you could smell the aroma of the espresso. The coffee is ready. So first thing I'm going to do is drain the water out of the briquetto so it's nice and hot. Then let's move it to the table and let's get the coffee together. We're going to add three teaspoons, a little bit of sugar. That's by making that every day, you know exactly how much sugar you like. So keep an eye on that so then you really make it quickly and there's no time wasted. See, you want it hot. The briquetto is hot. So it's going to be, by the time I serve it, it's going to be perfect. Stirring it, still very hot because this is hot also. Now it's time to, I don't want to burn myself, it's time to pour ourselves the coffee. And also, when you have extra coffee, don't throw it out. What I do is I put it in a freezer safe container and I freeze my coffee, and I could either use it at a later time to make a dessert like tiramisu, or what I usually do is in small containers, frozen, I bring it to the beach, believe it or not, and then on the beach we have little granita di caffè with whipped cream. Kid you not, it's a great way to not throw anything out. You should not be throwing anything out. So here it is. Let me give it a taste. Still very hot because of the process we just did. Wow, delicious and such a great afternoon treat. Please subscribe if you like what you see. Follow my recipes, leave a lot of comments and hit a lot of likes. Thank you, arrivederci, buon pomeriggio, ciao.